so hard putting up the initial photo, but I think it was an effective motivator. If I didn't have my photo of public, I wouldn't be what I am today. I was so embarrassed of my photo, and I work in a male-dominant industry that because my social hub and Instagram had to be on public, as soon as one of them added me, my heart just dropped. My anxiety went through the roof, and I just was like, oh my gosh, these boys can see who I am. But I was like, no, well, I'm not going to be that person anymore. That's the old me. So it was the best motivator I've ever had.
I found it easy to put it up on the challenge page, but then I needed to be accountable and to share that with social media. I'm a very much all or nothing person, and I felt that if I shared it on social media, it made me accountable, and then there was no turning back. So I actually put a frame around that photo and wrote, in 12 weeks this will all change, and posted it on Facebook.
Putting my photo up was huge for me. I think it's huge for any woman because we all worry about what everyone else is thinking, and I think we worry about that too much, so I'm finding out.
Taking the photo was hard. I mean, I've been married for 10 years, been with my husband for 20 years, and him just standing in the bathroom in my undies and bra and him taking that photo of me when I'm fat.
Putting up my initial photograph was the hardest thing ever. Initially, I thought to enter the challenge as a private entrant, so with a private profile so that no one would be able to see my photo. And then I thought about it and I thought, you know what, if my photo is up there, I have to finish it. I want to put an after photo next to the before photo. I can't just leave it incomplete.
I'm quite happy to have a photo, but then I see the photo and it was shocking to me what I look like in the photo.
I was on Instagram one day and I saw that these pictures of these pillowcases said Beast and Beauty. And so I went online and I was like, oh, I want to buy these for my boyfriend and I. And I went online, I was looking on the website that they were sold at, and I saw this beautiful bikini and it was strings, it was colorful. And I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. And so I bought it, and it was a one-size-fits-all bikini. And I was kind of worried. I was like, I don't know, usually, you have to put in large or extra large, and especially for my bottoms. But I was like, oh, you know what? This is just gonna motivate me. So I bought it, and it came in the mail, and it was so small, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. I'm so unsure. I might have to give it away. I never took the protective sticker off it because I was like, if I have to give it away, I just want it to be brand new. So I hung it on my wall, and I was like, you know what? Every day I wake up, that's the first thing I see, and I would look at it and say, those strings, you don't want fat going through those strings. So it was really, really motivational to have that there.
That first week and the second week, I realised it was going to be more than just about losing weight. I was excited. I was really excited. I threw everything I had into it, and it was going to be about my mind as well. Like, I found within that first and second week, I found lots of other little challenges within the challenge, like challenging my mind.
So for the first 6 weeks, I did it all on my own through the Maxine's workout plans. I followed their weight program, and then on cardio days did what they recommended, like with the kettlebell things, and just researched a whole heap of things. Like, they recommend to just do the HIIT and also Tabata. I love Tabata, 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. So I just followed the Maxine's for the first 6 weeks, and then I started to get a personal trainer for the last 6 weeks for 2 days a week.
So when I was at home, I'd do the gym program, and when I was at work, I would do the at-home program, because the only weights I had out at work were 10 kilo dumbbells and up. I had a barbell and an easy curl bar and a weights bench.
So I was running at first, and then to switch it up for cardio, I was doing some beach circuits. I'd go online and kind of look at what some cardio exercises were and kind of make my own circuit, put it together. I did a lot of dune sprints, running up and down the sand hills. I didn't want to get bored, and I didn't want my body to get used to doing one thing, so I did a whole bunch of different things. I joined a dance fit class and did that, and I did a circus class, and I just thought, if I keep it interesting for my mind, then my body will follow, and I'll just be able to push myself even harder.
For example, if I'm cycling, just do 20 seconds or 30 seconds at a higher gear that I think I wouldn't be able to make it, just try. Or if I'm doing weight training, just try to increase your weight a bit more, even though you think you can't do it. Just try for 1-2 repetitions, and then you see that you can. Or increase your repetitions, increase or decrease your resting time. Do something different every single day.
First 4 weeks, they They were hard. It was kind of weird because I would pick up a weight and be like, oh, you know, it's 5 kilos, I should be able to do that. And then you'd do it for 12 reps and you'd be like, far out, that's heavy.
Unsure of myself, unsure whether I could commit to 12 weeks.
The first couple of weeks, I remember, they were so hard because I had to get used to a completely different kind of nutrition, completely different kind of food. I used to eat lots of carbs and the wrong kind of carbs, obviously.
We were replacing a bad routine with a good routine. We knew every day what we were eating. We knew every day what we were doing with our training. We were doing the same things. We were on the same page. It wasn't boring to us. Like, that might be surprising for a lot of people, but to us, that's what we needed in our life. I think because we felt that like we were spiralling out of control for the last 12 months with everything going on in our lives, we were over that and we were ready for the new chapter. And that's, I guess, why we were happy with the good routine replacing the bad routine.
I never missed one gym workout the whole entire time. And yeah, I just wasn't gonna let myself go back.
The nutrition for me was like 90%. Normally it's an 80-20 rule, but I said it's 90% for me was what I put in here.
The transition with the nutrition was difficult because, I mean, I was going from overeating every day, every meal every day, to sticking to a nutritional plan where morning tea might be an apple. So it was difficult. I followed the nutritional plan fairly closely for the first 1 to 6 weeks, and then after that I just found that I was learning what was okay and what was a normal amount and what I should be eating and shouldn't be eating. So after that, you know, I started to use the nutrition plan as more of a guide.
And getting used to not snacking at night after dinner, not having popcorn while I'm watching my TV shows, that was a big thing, and I kind of had to clear everything out of my cupboards and just have them bare because I couldn't even have it in there because I didn't want to have the temptation.
I guess for me, being the chef, and being the camp manager too, so I was in charge of the camp, it was easy. I could the things that I knew I didn't have at work, I took with me. So like brown rice, my burn bars, my protein powder, you know, my BCAAs and my, you know, all that stuff I would take with me. Just meal prep. The first couple of days in, I would just meal prep. We had takeaway containers. I had a section in the freezer and I would just say, yep, you know what, don't touch this. This is mine.
I'm so addicted to the shakes. Wow, I never thought they'd taste so good. Usually you do programs and you're like, oh, I gotta have the shakes, I gotta have this, gotta have that, but I'm addicted. I was saying to someone, I think I need to go to Maxine's Anonymous. I have that many. I think I have about a minimum of 3 a day. So I'll have a protein scoop in the morning with my oats and then one after breakfast, and I always have one before bed. I'm like a little baby. I have to have a bottle before bed.
I didn't have to log my food really because I just followed the plan. So every day I stuck to the plan, so I didn't have to write what I ate or anything like that.
So I did my meal prep every Sunday, and as I got better at it, it took less and less time, and I think I got it down to about 45 minutes, and most of that was just because the chicken took that long to cook in the oven. But yeah, it was a huge thing for me. I was not missing my meal prep day. I knew that I needed that to stay on, and the days where I would forget to take my meal out of the freezer, I would just be so angry with myself because I'd be like, you know, my meat's still frozen, I can't cook it when I want to cook it, and it was super important. And I think that for me to have it all set out and everything planned, it just helped so much.